Hi Flosstubers! Today is Sunday, February 26th, and I can't believe March is just around the corner on Wednesday. But before I went to bed, it's let's see, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Before I went to bed, um, I thought I'd make a quick video and just talk a little bit about the things that have been going on this week. Um, So I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you so much for the lovely comments. It just warms my heart every time I read them. Um, 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 um. I just feel like I'm stuttering here. I did make some notes. Um, this week has been rather crazy. I still have the floater in my eye. Uh, it's not at the bottom, that half circle at the bottom anymore. It's going across this way, so I haven't really done much stitching. I can see, especially if I'm in bright light, I can really see the black lines. Um, like I said, so I haven't really done much stitching at all. I've been working on this crocheted Afghan that I've had, and it's 4 panels of 340 rows each panel, and I work about 10 rows per day, so you can about imagine how long it's going to take me to get this thing done. But I can't wait till I can start cross-stitching on it. But as you can see, this is about, let's see, this is about halfway. I haven't even measured it, but it's going to be long. I have 3 more of these to make, plus finish this one. Because it's just easier on my eyes, and it's white, I've been working on this. Excuse me here while I'm moving things around here. This week, you know how bad my eyesight has been, and this week I'm going to try to get some different glasses. I've just decided I'm not going to wait for my blood sugars to be normal. I'm just going to go ahead and get new glasses because I can't see a darn thing. Well, anyway, one of the days in the beginning of the week, I came home from work. I took my glasses off, and sometimes before I go to bed, I set double alarms. And I also set, well, I set an alarm, and then I set the one on the oven because it doesn't quit beeping until you get up and shut it off. So I had my glasses off. I went over to the oven, and I just wanted to sleep a little bit because I had some errands to run, so I set it for 3 hours. About 2 hours and 45 minutes, I wake up to the smoke alarm going off in the house. And you know, it wakes you out of a sound sleep, this really loud beeping. Well, at least I know it works. But here, instead of, well, I did hit the timer, but I hit the self-cleaning oven. And when I got up, I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't see what was going on. I'm trying to open the oven because I clearly can see some smoke. Must have just had a tiny bit of something at the bottom of my oven. And of course the doors were locked, and I thought they had melted shut. So here I am, grabbing a chair and trying not to slip and fall, standing on top of it, trying to reach my smoke alarm to get it shut off before my neighbor freaks out, which she always does. I'm surprised she didn't call the fire department. So that's how my day started. Oh, it gets better than this. And so, yeah, this was Monday. And after that, I hadn't heard from the clinic. I was supposed to have my endoscopy on Friday. Called the hospital, hospital, and I said, I haven't heard anything from you guys. Oh, well, we've been trying to reach you. The doctor isn't going to be here this day. Say what? I took 4 days off of work. My daughter took 2 days off of work. I held my mail, and I had Bear boarded for 4 days. Or I had him scheduled to be boarded 4 days because they fill up fast. So I had to reschedule it until the end of March. So luckily, because they're so short-handed at work, I was able to go in. My daughter was able to go in and cancel Bear's boarding. and was able to redo my mail, so I got that. But oh, and it doesn't stop there. So then my son had bought me this cell phone for Christmas. I mean, it isn't a terribly expensive phone, but it's you know, a few $100s. Um, and I think he bought it at Walmart. So anyway, I have old Samsung Galaxy. So I took that in and I used Straight Talk because I can't afford Verizon. It's too expensive. Just for one plan, I think it's about $110 a month. You know, I mean, you get the phone free, but you pay for it eventually with your monthly bill. So I go in there. The guy, this young man, it's just him and I in the phone part of the store. He's sitting down at a computer, and I said to him, could you transfer the SIMS card from my old phone to my new phone? I figured it wouldn't be that big of a deal. My son was going to do it, but he says, you know, I don't want to really break anything on, you know, just take it to the store. And so he asked me who my provider was. I said Straight Talk. Well, who's your provider for your old phone? Straight Talk. Well, you're going to have to call them. Now, mind you, they can sell me the phone, but they can't put the SIMS card in. I do not curse. I do not curse, but I said a bad word. I was so mad. I said, this is BS. And I didn't say BS, I just said the full word. And I walked out. I was still boiling the next day. So I called Walmart Corporation. And of course they apologized. I said, it's not your fault. But anyway, so they sent the information on to the store manager. Whatever happened after that, I don't know. But so I took my phone apart, and I didn't see a SIMS card in there, so I'm going to have to back up all my photos. And then get a SIMS card for my new phone. So here it is, almost March. I got the phone at Christmas time. I'm still using my old phone. How crazy is that, huh? Okay. What else do I want to talk about? My crazy life. Oh yeah. And then so this week I have to go back to the doctor. Well, I'm gonna make a schedule another appointment to have my eye floater checked. She said to come back in 6 weeks. But in the corner of this eye, I have, like, I don't know what it is. It looks almost like a little skin tag, but it's right at the corner of the eye, right where that real soft fleshy part is. And I had something like that when I was 17 years old. I went to an eye surgeon and he just numbed it, whacked it off, and that was it. Wore an eye patch for a day or two. So I went to this eye surgeon where they treated me for my eye floaters, and he said, oh yeah, that's some kind of name here, I can't even pronounce it, and it's just a bunch of little skin cells. He said, you have a couple of them there. He says, we'll just take a little bit of sulfuric acid, and he said it might take a couple of times. And I'm thinking, sulfuric acid? He says, oh, don't worry, he said it's watered down. So Tuesday I go in to have sulfuric acid put in my eye. Should be for a good time, right? I gotta work that night. But so that's what's going on there. Oh yeah, and then too, Bear needed his distemper shop to get boarded. And every once in a while, I see a little blood on my hand or something when I touch him, but I could never find the spot. You know, I mean, it was just a drop of blood. I mean, it wasn't really much. So I took him in, and then I asked him to trim his nails. And so they go, do you have any other concerns? I says, well, yeah. Because I happened to touch him again, and there was just a little tiny piece of blood. And she says, well, we'll take him and we'll find the source of it. So, great. And before, oh, mind you, go back here. I had to make sure that he peed and pooed right before I took him to the vet because I didn't want any accidents or anything like that. And Bear now weighs 84.5 pounds. He's gained a pound and a half. So they took him back, cut his nails, gave him his shot, and she said to me, she said, it's dog acne. And she said, do you use plastic bowls? Well, yeah, I found these cute little red plastic bowls with white dog bones on them. And she said, a lot of dogs are allergic to the plastic. She said, you have to try stainless steel or glass. We would prefer that you would use that. So I had to run to the store and get Bear ginormous water and food bowls, stainless steel food bowls. So I got that taken care of. But anyway, so I paid them, and they had charged me $15 to cut his nails. But as we were leaving, I'm holding there and I'm paying the lady, and Bear turns around and let out a big cow pile, soft, I mean not anything you could just pick up, right in front of the door, and it stunk horrible. I was so embarrassed. I said, can you give me some, some bags or some rags or something, and I'll just clean it up. And of course it had to be on a rug, it couldn't be on the linoleum. And she goes, oh no, this happens all the time here, it's okay, she said. I said, well, I wonder if the shot made him go. She said, oh, it's probably just nerves. I thought, the $15 for the nail was totally worth it if she cleaned that mess up. But I was so embarrassed. Bear, really. You couldn't just have waited a few seconds till we got out the door. Crazy dog. Okay. And what else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah. My granddaughter, bless her little heart, I was talking to her today. Well, she's 21, she'll be 22 this year, and their cat is 19, and they're looking to put him down because he's just really fast declining. And she's so heartbroken. It just breaks my heart just to see, and everybody who's owned a pet knows how hard it is to lose a pet. This is her first one. So just say a little prayer for her that, it's just been a tough few days for her. But, my baby. Okay, the scroll frame is coming this week, so I'm excited about that. Then I got an email from the lady from my lap stand, and she apologized because she forgot to write my name down in the last batch of lap stands that her husband was making. And she apologized and apologized, and she felt so horrible. You know what? We're human. We make mistakes. It's okay. I've waited this long in my life for a lap stand. I think I could probably go another month and be okay. So I told her all was good, and I know that they work hard at pleasing their customers, but, there's other things to get upset about than that, right? So, but when I get it, I'll be just as excited as I am now. So, and I'll be anxious to try my scroll frame on the lap stand. Except the scroll frame is huge, it's 40 inches across. Okay, so I think it was Abby that had stitched this pattern. Oh, excuse me, here I got all kinds of stuff. It's this one right here, the Province sampler. Oops, sorry. Let me cut the glare here. I open my window for more light. And it calls for two skeins of watercolors, and that was a flame, one strand of flame. And it was done on 10 count Heatherfield Natural. Well, they don't make that anymore. And so, of course, I went to my local needle workshop, and I told you they have all kinds of old stuff there, so if you ever need anything that's outdated, you want me to look, just let me know. So I found this 10 count Heatherfield. But as you can see, it's really airy. Maybe you can, yeah. So these old eyes might be able to see it. Then I found this alteration place in the mall. We have like we had 3 or 4 alteration places in this town. We're down to 2, and one lady you can never get a hold of, and the Google comments on her reviews weren't that good. So I went to this place in the mall, and although English wasn't their first language, they were very kind, very fast, and very reasonable, and I got 4 pieces of fabric stitched for serge for $6. And they said, "Are you going to do any shopping in the mall? Come back in 15 minutes. Wow, I'm going to go back again. And so I had ordered some fabric from Traditional Stitches for my Save the Stitches. And so they serged that as well. This is like my new favorite color. I've used it before, but it's that buttery cream fairy dust. Love it. So here's this Heatherfield. And I went to my local needle workshop, and they never really order anything new. I mean, they quit ordering Mirabella. They keep the old ones, or they have a few left. Some of them are ops. What did I do with that thread? Oh yeah, here it is. Excuse me. See my big jug. But this is called Ruby. I don't know if you can see the richness of it, but it is just beautiful. It's like deep plums and blues. Really, really warm. It doesn't pick up the right color. It's just gorgeous and rich. Sometimes I wish like the water lilies and some would be as dark and rich as some of these others. So that's that. So I'm anxious to start on that. Like I said, I haven't done any with this eye floater my eye continuously. And Jacqueline, I didn't realize tomorrow's the sending date. I did do a little bit of stitching on my stuff because I figured if I messed up it was no big deal. I didn't want to mess up on anybody else's, but I did stitch a little bit. So I'm going to pass it on to Jamie tomorrow. But yeah, it's going to be beautiful. Okay, and then I was at a secondhand store, and I don't go in there often enough, and probably it's a good thing because I always come up with stuff I don't need. Excuse me. But I found these. What should I pay for them? I think like $1. But you remember these from the 70s? These things, and then you would put like a cross-stitch picture in them. A lot of the magazines had them, and you put like candy or something in them. I found 2 of them. I don't know if I bought them because I just went, oh, I remember these, or whether I think I'll really use them, but I thought they were just so cool I had to get them. I think, like I said, they were $1 a piece. More stuff I don't need. You know, if I took all my patterns that I've had bought, or that I own in my possession over the years, I cannot live long enough to stitch every single one of them. Am I ready to let any of them go? No. But, except for the giveaways. I like to do giveaways, so maybe that'll be my outlet. I did buy a couple other things. So I think I told you about some of these. Sorry, my big jug. But a lady at our church adopted the cutest little boy. Oh my gosh, he's got big brown ball eyes. But I saw this pattern for this child I prayed. And I thought, you know, for an adoption, that would be so neat. And it calls for, let's see, I think it's part of the paragraph. It calls for black raspberry jam, 30 yards, and old red paint. But, yeah, I just love this. I mean, you could do it for a birth sampler. Of course, what happens sometimes when you adopt a child? She became pregnant. So, and I think they're having a little girl, so they'll have one of each, both under a year old. So, doubly blessed, right? I'm so happy for them. And this is the sampler I was talking about that I ordered. I got this in the mail. I just love all the different alphabets on it. And I think it's 413 by 514. I haven't decided what count, what thread. But yeah, it's kind of neat. It has the crown in the center. I love British history. It's got the word Mary on it. I don't know if that's the Queen or if it's the person stitching in it. But it's got all kinds of British things in there from 1874. So I said, remember I said I was going to do one historic pattern this year, so at least I'm going to start it anyway. Okay, what else did I get, or what else do I want to talk about? Oh yes, remember I told you I signed up for Happily Ever After, which I have the stuff and I haven't started yet. I have Women in History. I still need to get the thread for that. And I signed up for Coffee Quaker SAL. Really? But it was so cute I couldn't resist. I don't even drink coffee, but I know somebody that does, that I'd love to give it to. And sometimes when we stitch, we just think of others that we want to just give things to. And then I signed up for that Mystery Quaker Ari's SAL too. And let's see. Oh, if you haven't seen the new DM Floss, the colorist, the very new variegated, beautiful colors. Oh my gosh. Now our local shop is always a little more expensive than like 123 Stitch or some of those other ones. I think she said it was $1.50 a skein. But really beautiful colors. I can see a future in a project somewhere down the line. And then I think that's about it. So kept it under 30 minutes and just, oh, I didn't even show you what I stitched on. Hello. Time for me to get some sleep, right? Okay. And the trouble is, the brighter the light for me to stitch, the more I see my floater. That's just weird. One day, our weather, we had actually hit 60 degrees in February in South Dakota. 60 degrees. I mean, we're having winter snowstorms usually at this time. Well, the following week, the Midwest got hit. We were supposed to get, well, down below towards the Black Hills, they were getting 16 plus. We were supposed to get, was it 3 to 6, 2 to 6? And then they made it 2 to 3, and then traced to 2 inches. We didn't get anything, so that was such a blessing. But it's 39 degrees today, and it's supposed to be in the 30s all week. I'm loving it. Yay to global warming. Okay, here is my do different sampler, and the only thing I did different, no pun intended, was I started going, oops, the other way, started going down this way. Let me open it up here. And like I said, I hate to take this to work because it is white and or antique white, and the people at work are pigs. Well, I mean, I stitch in the break room, and you know, they leave wrappers, they don't wipe the table. My shirt is funky here, so I don't really like to take it. And then I was taking namesake sampling. I worked, I think, a couple nights on it. I need to get back to a lot of projects. I don't know how. I need a rotation. I need something. Just do whatever you feel like isn't getting things done fast enough. Well, maybe it is. When I worked on this a few nights, I did get stuff. Don't mind me, I'm just babbling. Okay. So if any of you have my Instagram, you saw that I had posted a photo of this. But I have stitched. This is of her, and then started the word husband, and then that line above it. I did do that. So, you know, when you only get short little breaks, it doesn't end up to being much fun. So, my intentions were to give it away, but I'm kind of liking it. And I don't remember, I think this is ivory, even weave, but it almost has a creamy look to it. But you know how sometimes ivory fabrics you get, some are creamy, some are, I mean, you can say ivory, and it says ivory, but some are more ecru, it's more of the brown in it, and stuff. So, anyway, that is about it. I'll probably, until I get my eye situation turned around, probably do a little more crocheting, maybe. So, anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys are getting lots of stitching done, enjoying your weeks, getting ready to go into the spring. So, keep leaving comments. You guys are such an encouragement to me. God bless you. Love you guys with all my heart. Hope to see you soon. Take care.